how you doing, folks? This is Mitch from Hard Intentions YouTube channel. We also have HARDINTENTIONS.com, where we have our merchandise, T-shirts, hats, artwork, cool stuff. Check us out. Some of you know, like when I went on my little trip to go sell some T-shirts in the truck, some guy drove by us and threw something at our truck, flipped us off, and sped away. And I thought, man, at first I was pretty pissed off. I got over it. And like the wife said, it's probably good for me I didn't catch the guy. But I think once he got a look at us and he saw my truck speeding up, put the fear of God in him, he took off. And he went and hid, you know. It kind of reminds me a lot about prison, you know. And also we have these keyboard warriors out here in the world that talk smack to people on keyboards, you know. I hear they bully, a lot of kids get bullied that way and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of reminded me, I was talking to somebody about being in the shoe, you know. Tough guys go to shoe, talk smack to people, create problems amongst, one group of people against another, and then they slide up in the shoe. Then they get transferred somewhere else, you know, and then what they did back there, it takes a while to catch up, you know, and then it's a matter of who shows up to say, you know, it was right, wrong, or indifferent, and they want to do something about it. Who's got the most juice? Do you have more juice than the guy who caused a problem? If so, you know, he can be dealt with. If not, you know, there's a good chance if you start speaking up, you'll be dealt with. So, but my thing is this, like, you know, especially in Corcoran, man, there were guys that would pop in on the yard, act like they're cool, act like they're running something, act like they're about the business. You know, they cause some problems. They go to the hole, they go to the shoe, and they know they're safe there because their enemies can't get to them. Bottom line, it took a whole lot more balls to live out on that yard and confront your problems you had with other races and other people of your own race than it did to basically take the easy way out, get caught with a knife in your door. One dude, I remember he was, he was in debt, you know, he was in a brand new prison gang and, you know, pressuring dudes on the yard that were kind of lames instead of building them up. And, when the debt got a little too risky and a little too high, looks like, you know, maybe fingers start getting pointed at him. They found some knives in his door, right? In a pretty common place that gets searched. You know, he went to the hole. He had a hole, went to another yard, did the same thing. They found some knives, and he got put in the hole. And, I had issue with this dude, and he was talking smack, and one of my homeboys was in the hole with him, said, hey, we can sell up, dude, and I'll deal with you. You know, Smiley's my homeboy, so on and so forth. So here this guy is, you know, I had issue with him because at the time I was involved with illegal activity, and I wouldn't give him shit. His money was no good. He was a fucking burn artist and a dope fiend, so I don't give a fuck who he thought he was. His money was no good with me, and I let him know it. And so he didn't like that, didn't say shit to me. But once he got back in the hole, he used to flap his lips. And so that's how it works, you know. Your enemies can't get to you when you're in the shoe. And I don't care if you're a guy trying to be somebody or if you think you've attained some kind of status with a certain group of people. There are guys from all walks of life that get up in there, find themselves faced with situations that could lead to their demise, and they figure, hey, you know, I can go to the shoe, I'm safe, I'm good. Because, and I'm not saying guys that spent, 25, 30 years in the shoe that was their thing, because that's a whole nother deal. That was staff putting people in there indeterminately because they supposedly belong to a prison gang. I'm talking about guys that run these yards, act like they're the shit. They're slamming dope. They're going in debt. They're causing problems. They go to another yard. Same thing. Same thing. They spend some time in the hole. They bounce from prison to prison to prison. You know, debt to debt to debt. One problem after another. And the next thing you know, they're in the hole. So what's that? How tough is that? And even if the guy stabbed a couple people or maybe even killed somebody, that doesn't make him a good dude. That just means that's his way of running. You know, there was dudes coming into San Quentin when I was in the hole. I was in the hole there for like 8 or 9 months one time when it was level 2. And there were guys that were paroling in them counties around San Quentin. They would parole. They'd be back within a month. They go right back to the hole. And because level 4 prisons were pretty stacked up, it took forever to get a bus ride to a level 4 prison. So they would sit there in the hole for their whole parole violation, 6 months to a year, talking the tough shit, right? I'm this, I'm that. And then they parole, and they come back. And I remember some of them jamming me like, hey, how come my fucking homeboys don't send me nothing, And I'm like, because, you come in here in the hole and you want your homeboys to send you shit from the main line. Then when you go home, you don't send them shit. They got a butthurt over that. They think just because they're in the hole that they got something coming. Well, that only goes so far, especially when it's pretty apparent that the only reason you're in the hole is because you want to be in the hole. You're not a prison gang member who automatically gets slammed. So why are you always in the hole? A lot of them guys would sit in the hole. Like I said, it took 6 months to a year to get it right out to a level 4 prison. These guys ran up a lot of classification points, became level 4s, and just decided, hey, I'm going to do my fucking time right here in the hole, so I don't have to go dance to the music with the big guys. It's kind of a joke, really. And then, of course, I had a big youngster from Humboldt County. Every now and then we'd get pissed off at the PCs down and tell them, hey, shut your fucking mouth. And I remember one time they sent old boy a kite, and he said, hey, you're out of line, yelling at the PCs. And I keep doing it, we'll take you off roll call. And he sent a kite back to him, and he showed me, he said, hey, you motherfuckers are sending them kites fishing for morphine pills. They got morphine pills, so that's okay. Fuck you guys. Take me off roll call and I'll see you on the main line. And they send them a fucking smack ass kite after that. Oh, it ain't like that. We didn't mean it like that. So, the whole being in the hole is a fucked up deal. And I think them guys have spent, decades in there, got thoroughly disgusted with the type of people that they were seeing going in and out of there. And for the reasons they were going in and out of there. Guys are going to the hole for some really stupid shit. Obviously hiding from their enemies and from the problems that they cause, So it's the same thing out here, except for instead of sitting in the hole, guys just hide out in their pads, talk shit on these keyboards, on these computers. And, like I had an incident on the fucking freeway. Guy threw something on my car and sped away. And today, recently, I just saw a thing. Guy had a little road rage, pulled over and shot some people in a car and killed a 6-year-old kid. He rolled up on a car of women and kids with a gun. And I guarantee you, when that guy gets to prison, he's probably going to do a lot of his time in the hole, protected. Because people that kill 6-year-old kids are not very well liked in prison by any race. Just saying. So, I guess the moral of the story is no need to hide if you ain't got no dirt. You know, if you ain't out doing dirt that cause other people problems, then you don't need to hide. You know, be yourself, stand up, be real, and you'll be respected. He's some fucking lame that runs around pretend to be something he's not, and you're not going to get a lot of respect. And life's going to be hard, and you're going to end up like some of these lames that hide in the shoe. So remember, whatever it is you do it hard. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Take care.